Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich Germany. Let us continue on for last left off. So, this is not currently being live streamed, because I have exams for the remainder of this week. So I don't necessarily know when I'll have like a solid 2-3 hour block to sit down and stream some Kaiserreich. It will be streamed again. I gotta really think of a day. Maybe Wednesday. But don't quote me on this. Anyways, we're coming back here to Germany. How are we doing? The answer is terribly, actually. It's really bad. We 174% GDP. Now, I have become aware that I believe 200% is the fail condition for us. So we cannot have this hit 200%, otherwise we're just, like, screwed. I would say, not great. 37, so actually we're down on both of you. We're reliable. You guys don't even do anything for us. And then you are... Lose nationalist press. Tarky proponent. I mean, this seems okay. It all seems good. I mean, it doesn't seem good. It seems bad. But it seems like it could theoretically be worse. And what are you guys up to, huh? You're our Marine divisions. Okay, excellent. Good. I now understand our bearings. Now, this is going to fail. I really should be more alert. For this minigame, I should be alert whether or not I can actually pass these stats. If I cannot, I should not even attempt it. I'm going to send our troops to Greece. I think Greece is probably going to be the weakest point here in the defense for the Balkan League. So if we can move our units down here, maybe move our way down to Larissa, take Athens... That'll be great. Because again, Bulgaria should be more likely to join our forces than, you know, the Russians or anybody else. Current tendency at 10. Increased. Okay, so we're actually very, very close. You reduced it by 15. And I think you're a 14-day penalty. So I could take both of you. And I believe after 14 days, this will be a negative 30. So we're going to get a plus 10. It'll be at 25. And then once we hit negative, this will get to 0. And that should, I think, fix this issue. The one of the many issues we're currently kind of dealing with. Current control of the Reichstag, 175 out of 445 seats. Currently, we completed 0 national focus for Die Conservative Revolution, which is you. There's so much stuff going on. Anyways. Right have now consolidated their hold over the government of Germany, and a chance for an incumbent cabinet falling due to pressure from the Reichstag appears increasingly narrow. As article after article is printed on the grand plan to dismantle the already fairly weak parliamentary system in Germany in order to replace it with decades of right-wing dominance, Social Democrats grow increasingly uneasy. This concern is especially held among the younger generation of the SPD, who, unlike their predecessors, have far different images of politics. While the party elders entered leadership during the anti-socialist laws of the 19th century, and thus swore to always seek the most legal path to power to avoid secondary period of oppression, the politicians born in the 1890s or later never experienced this, and thus are far more aggressive, though not necessarily more ideological radical. Within chapters of the SPD, trade union meetings and socialist study groups, tense discussions are taking place on whether the Social Democrats should take out to the streets to fight for the defense of democracy, and if it seems like a large bulk of the members' mass membership are swayed by this rhetoric. Leading members of the SPD's youth wing, such as Kurt Schumacher and Theodor Hobach, as well as the long-forgotten yet existing radical left wing of the party, which includes such people as Max Seidowitz and Kurt Rosenfeld, have been recognized as leaders of this move. Though the party's Central Committee still expects to just wait out the short-lived period of right-wing rule, not everybody believes that democracy will simply defend itself. So Social Democrats are getting a little bit more popular. Now, they are one of 22. I think they actually are the most popular party in power right now. Black Monday turn has been completed, so we're still at what? 174 at negative 6. Do you need to have DV is either dominant or in a balance of coalitions, and you're not available. Okay. So, can we get the 45 and then 4750? 2,000. So this doesn't cure stability. Major debt points here. 2 cards be drawn from the deck. But this doesn't fix it. Like, neither of these will actually be completed on this. But then, again, 3% stability is, like, so high. The intensity of Rhur uprising is raised by 10. Oh, did you go up to... You're up to 25 now. So actually, never mind. This is going to be at 5 points. We're not going to be at 0. Which is really sad. Great Peasant Uprising, Poland. A nationwide wave of peasant protests have broken in Poland, and the events are causing major unrest even in the Prussian side of the border. That August Samuels has these best, or this might radicalize the protesters even further. You know what? We are going to demand action from Poland. If I'm going to be a shit show, they should be a shit show too. That's my official position here. +2. With our number of cards equal to this, so you're also +2. But these are both 3%. So I'm going to draw 2. I hate this, but I'm going to do it. You have 50% bonus. Unless a reform has been played this turn. You're a relief. You're a reform card. But it does allow this to happen. And I actually don't know what you do. That's price monitoring. I'm going to take it. Oh, these are actually modifiers. I've not gotten a single one of these quite yet. Okay, these are 50% more efficient. 22. Play this card. I thought I said it's like 50% more efficient. Or maybe because a day didn't pass, it didn't actually happen immediately. You could have a 1% modifier towards stability. Stability is your defense score. 2,000. At the end of each turn, 200 will be dealt for every building constructed. Or will be permanently removed. I'm going to take you. I hate this, but I'm going to take it. 1,100. I think even with all of these, I still don't think... So we're at 1125. This will be 2125. I think even with all of these, I still don't actually have enough points for it. I don't have enough investment points to do jack shit here. Costa Rica, yeah, sure. We'll protect Costa Rica. That sounds fine to me. Because this is 2,700. Which is not enough. That'll get us up to, we'll be like 600 points off? Give or take? I think we're just gonna fuck this up again. Which I would say is pretty bad. So okay, so you guys are all forming a Nordic Council. That's okay. Okay, once you're finished, the Rumpfkampf should be okay. I am worried. Let me just put it that way. I am a little bit worried about what we're doing here. I'm gonna pass the Public Works. Maybe this will do something for us. I don't know. We have like 11% debt to maybe deal with. Which I would say is pretty... It's pretty, like, not great. Buildings. You're not useful. Thing is, we want to take some of you, but I also want to make sure we can... Land development. Alliance with the council. 4% GDP? Activating this card reduces debt. I mean, that sounds good. Let's slash welfare funding. You know, if you're poor... Look, we're all poor, okay? I can't afford it. You can't afford it. Nobody can afford it, okay? If you're poor, just deal with it right now, okay? I've got more important things to worry about. Now, I believe we'll be able to end the state of emergency here. I don't know if that does anything for... What do you do? This will weaken the Hungenberg faction. Completed 1 focus. Under following progress, once the revolution is complete, we achieve unification of German right under 1 patriotic common sense government. We become paternal autocrat. So right now we're 50-50. I think we can take you. Vulnerability, we've established this. Still on 50-50. Decision will remove the effects of Hulkenberg's outreach. This will widen the party rift. This will reduce the party rift. Interpartisan amends. Let's see if we can maybe get weekly stability up. Reassure Schmidt. And this is going to remove vulnerability from you. You need 30 political power. Okay, so we can maybe wait. What are we actually? Because there's no decimal here. I have no clue. Crisis over Koto. Ever since the independence of Panama from Spain, they've laid claim over the Koto, a region of Panama's Chiriqui province along the Panama-Costa Rican border. In 1911, Chief Justice of the United States, Edward D. White, was asked to arbitrate, and he rendered his decision in 1914. But Panama did not accept it, alleging that it favored Costa Rica. Issue warning to Panama, offer to sit down. While American business no position to save Costa Rica once more. I mean, we're pro-Costa Rica. Let's issue them a warning. Can I afford a warning? Like, absolutely not. Also, who shall swing a war against us? The French. This is probably demanding Upper Savoy. I don't care about Upper Savoy at all. Also, can I now take you? What do you do? Stability and political power goes down. Cool. A meeting by a coffee table in Berlin soon escalated into something more. Connections pulling on connections, and at the end, Kurt Schumacher and Theodor Hartmann, joined by members of the LVN, such as Hans Robinson, Ernst Strassmann, and Heinrich Lethel, have established the so-called Club of the March 3rd, named after the date of the proclamation of the March Reforms to the Imperial Constitution. It refers to the goals, was named alone, the defense of the March Reforms against what is perceived as encroaching reactionary rule. Though the club professes to be a non-violent organization that seeks to use public pressure to in order to force the regime to reconsider its moves, we can pierce through the veil and recognize it is for what it truly is. The pervasive influence of traitors, perhaps even syndicalists and Russian-funded, runs deep, and it's likely that the club's wide contacts will follow Social Democrats, liberals, and trade unionists, will allow it to organize numerous actions of protest throughout the following years. Well, I'm going to end the state of emergency. That looks good to get 10% stability. And peace in the Rhur. The Rhur general strike is over. Moderate revisionist faction of the uprising, who saw material gains for their workers, have either been appeased or surrendered due to the supreme force from Berlin. While radicals have envisioned this rising at the foundation of the German Revolution have scattered, for now, an uneasy peace has been set in the Rhur. Conservative press have already proudly declared victory against syndicalists and anarchist terrorists who sought to overthrow the state and bring forth a reign of terror. Their liberal and socialist counterparts are more reserved. Their journalists commenting that such incidents are likely to continue unless a comprehensive reform to labor law and social security is passed. Though some agree, others, such as Hulkenberg, Concern, and other far-right activists, were only radicalized in their opposition to socialism by the events. Okay, thank you for the stability. We've completed one of our missions, okay? Hold Summit for peace. Negotiate with lenders. Oh, you're letting me remove debt. Oh, I need to negotiate with lenders, please. I am so poor. Thank you for the political power. Yeah, because these are going to fail. I'm so stupid for... I mean, we got two of these little markers. So, I mean, that's kind of something. But we need to negotiate. Are you all 2% no matter who we negotiate with? Let's negotiate with the Austrians. Let's negotiate with the Canadians. Does that immediately take 2% off? It does. Okay. The Void crisis has been restored. The Swiss seem like they're kind of doing okay. It would be really bad if they were to turn socialist. I don't think they will. Hungary's led Middle Europa because they're now at war. That is fine. Yes. That is fine. It's kind of fine. Oh, my troops. Oh, they lost. I can look. There's so many things going on. I will say I did completely. With the humiliation of Switzerland, we must not prepare for war more than ever with France and our allies. I will admit, I did kind of forget about the troops we sent to Greece. That is my bad. I don't know how they lost so quickly. You could maybe send troops to Austria instead. Because we do want the Hungarian revolt crushed as quickly as possible. Austria, how many troops could I send you? 4? Okay, there you go. I have 2 tanks, 2 infantry. Looks good to me. What do we want to research? We're already getting you guys. We'll go 36 artillery. I've accidentally pressed the wrong button. Can I cancel this? I don't believe I can. Okay. That, I will say, is my fault. I'm 100% willing to admit that. So you're going to fail in 7 days. Modify Black Monday. Things are going to get a little bit worse. Effects, if not complete within 6 days. From this card, we get 400, which is not enough to do anything for us. So that 400 go into the next round as well, or is it just for this round? Because if it builds up every round, we probably should have been doing that, like, way earlier. Okay, Ukraine. What's going on in Ukraine, man? One of the core tenets of German conservative movement is that, separate from its ancient roots, a state will naturally enter decay and lead to ruin. The past 20 years of near uninterrupted liberal rule has shown as much, and its decadence has spread to where Eastern clients as well, in one way or another. At the end of the anti-Hetman revolt in Ukraine, however, has finally given us our true faithful ally. The liberal Ottoman minister in Ukraine, Dmitry Drosko, has been dismissed by the Hetman and replaced with a more rational statesman, Boris Ahomzhin. The Chancellor has quickly cultivated a personal and political friendship with the Holstein. And in his writing, Holstein has stressed that the restoration of the Hetamite, the historical organic government of Ukraine closest with its roots, was what has given Ukraine success thus far. And in his conversations with the Chancellor, he has stressed that the same is now occurring in Germany via the Conservative Revolution. Holstein views the Zaporožhian Zich, the long-forgotten first Ukrainian state, as the ideal which to emulate. A state centered around the Cossack class, with the Hetman being the supreme military and political authority. Likewise, the Chancellor's views envisions the ideal Germany as one thoroughly connected with times of old, unlike under Frederick the Great, where the old Prussian spirit and benevolent aristocracy would guide these states. Well, I mean, I'll take the... Yes, I know this has happened, okay? Okay, so you just add... Is there anything we can build quickly? Because you are very expensive. I'm gonna get rid of you, and we're just going to build as quickly as we can infrastructure, because I think infrastructure counts for this. So if we can get infrastructure building, that would be nice. Change crisis. We don't need... No, we do a bonus here, 3,750. And we've slashed, so you're -4, so that gets us down to 181. It's still really fucking bad. No debt cost. I mean, no debt cost would be nice. Let's establish price controls, 42 days. Do I even take a turn on this? Like, we can probably get... No, we can't even get stability off of this. And that would be a 3%. Like, we can take more cards. Okay, I mean, I'm not liking this. At all. Interpartisan. Okay, let's reduce party rift for now. Gutenberg's outreach be done 7 days. Immediately conference with the DVLP. The rip between the two factions at 25%. If the current conditions last until the end of the conference, the outcome will be Hungberg elected chairman. Stability, but we don't have enough political power for you. There are... I would still also like to align Azerbaijan with us as well, but I don't know when or if that's even going to happen. Have these guys, you're going to drive your way towards Budapest. That seems good to me. Now, Hungary is completely surrounded on all sides. So, a war should be pretty easy, I think. But it is still a little hard to say. Okay, let's go negotiate more contracts. Political power is now at 0.58, which is about double where we were earlier today. And see, these just give us more cards. And I've played card games before. Information on the Moscow Accord. Like I said, I played card games before. Usually you don't want more cards. You want a handful of small but powerful cards. But I don't think I can discard any cards. I cannot discard the cards. The Black Dossier. A group of anonymous officers and administrators in Middle Africa and compiled documentation evidence of illegal activity by Governor Rhur and presented it to the cabinet. The evidence, if proven true, is very serious. According to what the dossier alleges, the governor has been diverted funds from the state budget to buy off key figures of German high society in order to secure support for his administration. Okay, let us investigate them. I don't know how that's going to benefit me, but it seems like it might be important. If we get like the card, we're at 179 now. Okay, Carl Garbinos appoint a new governor. Do I care? Put Rudolph in charge. Sounds good. 1200. Okay, so you're... But then, we're still at 1950 for you. Which is also, like, not... Let's draw the... I mean, we're going to have to draw the cards eventually. Let's draw these cards now. Change the crisis type. 4,000 for the public works, huh? So you go... Okay, so it looks like you increase it by 4% and then decrease it by 5%. So you're basically a 1% reduction. I mean, that's... I guess we'll take you? I mean, it's a little strange. You have 200 coming in. How long does this take, by the way? July 15th. About a month per infrastructure. I might need you for this. 750, 12, 15. Okay, like that's... We're about 3,000-ish. I'm going to take you, change the crisis type to a liquidity crisis. I was hoping that... Draw 2 more cards. 3750. Okay, if I pull you... These are both met. And then I can play you, which is a 5% increase, but it will go down by 5% after. So it's effectively a -1. But yeah, it's not great. But I will say, at least for right now, this is going to be a good time for us to end off this episode. So if you enjoyed, thumbs up. Not enjoying, close them down. You want to see more, subscribe. And goodbye.